Be me, 19 years old living in my first apartment. It's a shitty ground floor studio in the worst part of downtown. But hey, it's mine, and I'm finally out of my parents' house. Work at a video game store during the day. Play Elden Ring at night. Living the dream, sort of, minus the cockroaches and sketchy neighbors. My apartment has this big window that faces an alley. Keep the blinds closed most of the time because the view is literally a dumpster. One night, I'm grinding through the Haligtree area, getting my ass kicked by millennia for the 15th time. It's like 2 a.m. and I'm rage quitting when I hear tapping on my window. Tap, tap, tap. Very deliberate and kind of creepy. Look over and nearly shit myself because there's a face pressed against the glass. Jump up and grab the closest weapon, which is a GameCube controller. Yeah, that'll show them. I'll whip them with nostalgia. Get closer to the window and realize it's a girl. She's got black hair with purple streaks, heavy eyeliner, wearing all black. Full goth aesthetic with fishnets and combat boots. She's gesturing at me to open the window frantically. Against my better judgment and all horror movie logic, I crack the window open. Can I hide in here for like 10 minutes, please? Her voice is panicked, and she's looking over her shoulder. What? Why? Who are you? There's this guy following me and I need to disappear for a bit. Please, I'll explain everything. She looks genuinely scared, so I open the window wider. She climbs through surprisingly gracefully and immediately crouches below the window. I peek out and see some sketchy dude in a hoodie walking down the alley looking around. He walks past and disappears around the corner. Okay, so what the fuck is happening right now? She stands up and brushes herself off. Sorry for the dramatic entrance. That guy's been following me for like 6 blocks. Now that I can see her properly, she's actually really pretty despite the intense makeup. Probably around my age, maybe a year older, about 5'5". She's looking around my apartment taking in the gaming setup and anime posters. Nice place. I see you're a Berserk fan. She's pointing at my Guts poster on the wall. Yeah, it's like the best manga ever written. You read it? Read it? I have the entire deluxe edition collection. Miura was a genius. Okay, so this random goth girl who just climbed through my window knows Berserk? Interesting. I'm Riley, by the way. Thanks for letting me hide out. I'm Anon. So do you make a habit of climbing through random windows? She laughs, and it's actually a really nice sound. Only when being stalked by creeps. This neighborhood is sketchy as hell at night. Tell me about it. I've lived here 2 months, and I've already seen 3 drug deals from this window. We end up talking for like an hour about manga and anime. Turns out she lives 2 buildings over, also ground floor. She's an art student at the community college, works at a coffee shop. She's into all the same shit I am. Death Note, Cowboy Bebop. Actually just beat Bloodborne twice. No way, you beat Bloodborne? The Orphan of Kos fucked me up so bad I quit. Get good, scrub. I can help you through it if you want. Is this goth girl offering to coach me through Bloodborne? She checks her phone and says she should probably head home. Thanks again for the emergency hiding spot. You're a real one. No problem. Try not to get stalked on the way back. It's literally 2 buildings over. I'll be fine. She climbs back out the window like it's the most natural thing, gives me a little wave, and disappears into the night. What the fuck just happened to my boring Tuesday? Next night, I'm playing Final Fantasy VII Remake and hear the tapping again. Look over, and Riley's at my window again, smiling and waving. Open the window, confused. Hey, I brought snacks as a thank you. She climbs in with a bag of chips and energy drinks. You know there's a front door to this building, right? Yeah, but where's the fun in that? Plus, your window is easier access from my place. She makes herself comfortable on my couch like we're old friends. We end up gaming together. She's actually really good at Final Fantasy. She's doing the voice acting for the characters and making me laugh. Her Barrett impression is surprisingly accurate and hilarious. Around midnight, she says she needs to head out. Same time tomorrow? You're just gonna keep showing up at my window, aren't you? Probably, yeah. You seem cool and you have good taste in games. Fair enough. Window's open. This becomes our nightly routine for the next 2 weeks. Riley shows up at my window between 9 and 10 p.m. every night. We play games, watch anime, talk about life and art and music. She shows me her art portfolio, and holy shit, she's talented. Dark, gothic-style illustrations that are genuinely impressive. She wants to be a tattoo artist eventually, which makes sense. I show her some code I've been working on for an indie game project. She actually seems interested and gives me ideas for the art direction. My neighbors probably think I'm insane talking to my window every night. One night she shows up and she's been crying. Makeup is smeared. Can I just hang out here for a while? I don't want to talk about it. Of course, come in. We don't play games. We just watch Spirited Away because it's comforting. She falls asleep on my couch, and I throw a blanket over her. Don't want to wake her up, so I just go to bed. Wake up the next morning and she's gone. Left a note on my coffee table. Thanks for last night. You're a good friend. Wow. She doesn't show up for the next 3 nights, and I'm worried. On the 4th night, I'm actually watching the window hoping she'll appear. Finally see her walking up the alley at 11 p.m. Open the window before she even knocks. Hey stranger, where have you been? She climbs in looking tired. My mom died. I've been dealing with funeral stuff. Oh fuck. That's heavy. Riley, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Not really, but I didn't want to be alone tonight. Is it cool if I crash here? Of course. Stay as long as you need. She tells me about her mom, how it was sudden, a car accident. They were really close. It was just the two of them growing up. She's crying, and I don't know what to do, so I just sit next to her. She leans against me, and I put my arm around her. We sit like that for a long time, no words needed. Riley starts staying over more frequently after that. Sometimes she sleeps on the couch. Sometimes we fall asleep playing games. My apartment basically becomes her second home. She still comes through the window every single time, though, refuses to use the door. It's our thing now. I can't break tradition. I notice she's getting thinner, not eating much. One night I order pizza and make her eat at least 3 slices. You need to take care of yourself, Riley. I know, I just forget to eat sometimes. Everything reminds me of her. Then I'll remind you. Consider me your official food police. She smiles a little bit, and it feels like a victory. We're watching Neon Genesis Evangelion one night. Her choice. She's explaining all the symbolism and psychology behind it. Shinji is literally all of us, just a traumatized kid trying not to fuck up. I feel personally attacked by how accurate that is. She laughs and throws a chip at me. During the more intense episodes, she grabs my hand without thinking. I don't pull away because it feels natural and right. After episode 19, she's quiet for a long time. You ever feel like you're just going through the motions? Like nothing is real? All the time. Especially at work when some kid asks me if we have Fortnite for the Wii. She actually laughs at that and squeezes my hand. I'm glad I climbed through your window that night. I'm glad you did too, even though you scared the shit out of me. 3 months into our weird window friendship, and I realize I have feelings for her. Like actual romantic feelings that are getting harder to ignore. She's sleeping on my couch right now, and she looks peaceful for once. I'm absolutely fucked because I don't want to ruin what we have. But I also can't stop thinking about her when she's not here. My coworker Dave notices I'm distracted at work. Dude, what's up with you? You've been spacing out all day. There's this girl and I don't know what to do about it. Ask her out, genius. Worst she can say is no. It's complicated. We're friends and I don't want to make it weird. Life's too short for complicated. Just tell her how you feel. Easy for him to say. He's not the one risking a friendship. That night, Riley shows up with a new hair color. The purple streaks are now bright red. What do you think? Too much? It looks good. Very Persona 5. That's exactly what I was going for. I knew you'd get it. We're playing through Hades together, trading off deaths. She's curled up next to me on the couch, close enough that I can smell her perfume. It's some kind of vanilla and cigarette smoke combination that shouldn't work but does. She's doing commentary on all the characters. Zagreus is literally just trying to have one normal conversation with his dad. But no, gotta be all dramatic. I'm not paying attention to the game anymore, just watching her be enthusiastic. She catches me staring. What? Do I have something on my face? No, I just like watching you be happy. It's nice. She goes quiet and looks at me with an expression I can't read. Anon, can I tell you something? Always. I think I'm falling for you and it's terrifying. Wait, what? I've been trying to ignore it because you're the only good thing in my life right now, and I don't want to fuck it up. But I can't keep pretending I only see you as a friend when you're literally the first person I think about when I wake up. My brain is short-circuiting trying to process this. Riley, I've been having the same internal crisis for weeks now. Really? You're not just saying that? I'm completely serious. I think about you constantly. It's honestly embarrassing. She's smiling now, that genuine smile that makes her whole face light up. So what do we do about this? Well, we could try the dating thing and see what happens. Okay, but I'm still coming through the window. That's non-negotiable. I wouldn't have it any other way. She kisses me, and it tastes like energy drinks and chapstick. It's perfect and weird, and exactly what I wanted. Dating Riley is somehow even better than being her friend. She still shows up at my window every night, but now she stays over most of the time. We've established a toothbrush drawer and everything. Very official. She's teaching me how to draw. I'm terrible, but she's patient. I'm teaching her basic coding. She picks it up surprisingly fast. We finish Evangelion and she cries during the end of Evangelion. It's just so beautiful and devastating at the same time. I hold her while she emotionally processes the entire series. We start playing co-op games, currently obsessed with It Takes Two. She gets genuinely upset when we have to hurt the elephant. Why would they make us do this? What kind of monster designed this level? Babe, it's just a game. It's a betrayal is what it is. 6 months in, and Riley asked me to meet her dad. Apparently he's been asking about me since she mentions me constantly. I'm nervous as hell because meeting parents is always terrifying. We actually used the front door this time, which feels wrong. Her dad lives in a nice house in the suburbs, total opposite of our neighborhood. He answers the door, and he's this big, intimidating dude with tattoos. So you're the boy my daughter climbs through windows for? Yes, sir, that would be me. He stares at me for a long moment, then laughs. Come in, come in. Riley talks about you nonstop. Turns out her dad is actually really cool. Owns a tattoo shop downtown. We bond over metal, music, and Dark Souls speedruns. Any man who can handle my daughter's obsession with depressing anime is alright by me. Riley's embarrassed, but I can tell she's happy we get along. Before we leave, her dad pulls me aside. Take care of her, yeah? She's been through a lot with losing her mom. I will, sir, I promise. Good. And call me Frank. None of this sir business. Riley graduates from community college with honors in studio art. I'm in the audience cheering embarrassingly loud when she walks across the stage. She flips off the camera during her official photo, which is very on brand. Her dad and I take her out to celebrate. She chooses this weird goth-themed restaurant. Everything is black, and the waiters are dressed like vampires. It's amazing. She gets tipsy on one glass of wine and starts telling embarrassing stories. Did I ever tell you about the time I got kicked out of Hot Topic for fighting another goth? You what? She said My Chemical Romance was overrated. I had to defend their honor. Her dad is cracking up, and I'm learning so much new information. Later that night, back at my apartment, she's looking at job listings for tattoo apprenticeships. There's a shop downtown that's hiring. Frank put in a good word for me. That's amazing. You're going to kill it. I'm scared I'm not good enough yet. Riley, your art is incredible. Any shop would be lucky to have you. She kisses me and whispers, thank you. Riley gets the apprenticeship, and it changes everything in the best way. She's working full-time learning from these amazing artists. I see her confidence grow every single day. She practices on fake skin at my apartment, shows me every new technique. Look, I finally got shading down. This skull actually looks three-dimensional. So excited and proud, and I'm so happy for her. I got promoted to assistant manager at the game store, which means slightly less poverty. We celebrate by buying Tears of the Kingdom and staying up all night playing. She's obsessed with building elaborate vehicles and crashing them. Why use the intended solution when chaos is an option? Because we've been stuck on this shrine for 40 minutes. But it's funny. 1 year into dating, and we decide to move in together officially. Find a slightly less shitty apartment on the second floor. No more ground floor window access. How will you enter dramatically now? Fire escape, obviously. I'm adaptable. She legitimately uses the fire escape the first night just to prove a point. Our apartment is a perfect mix of both our aesthetics. Gaming setup in the living room, her art station by the windows, walls covered in posters from Hot Topic and conventions, shelves full of manga and art books. It's small and cluttered and absolutely perfect for us. We adopt a black cat from the shelter and name him Griffith. We're naming our cat after the Berserk villain. He's a pretty boy who will inevitably betray us. It fits perfectly. Griffith immediately knocks over my limited edition Minecraft figure. See? Already living up to his name and being a dick. Riley completes her apprenticeship and becomes a full tattoo artist. Her first official client is me. I let her tattoo a controller on my forearm. You sure about this? It's permanent and I'm still learning. I'm sure. Plus, if you fuck it up, I have a good story to tell people. Gee, thanks for the overwhelming vote of confidence there. It turns out amazing. She's genuinely talented at this craft. She starts building a client base, people requesting her specifically for bookings. Her specialty becomes dark fantasy designs, lots of Berserk and Dark Souls inspired pieces. She comes home excited every day with stories about interesting clients and new techniques. I love seeing her this passionate and fulfilled about her career. Meanwhile, I'm working on my indie game project seriously now. Might actually finish it someday. Riley does all the character design and artwork for it. We're becoming a real creative team. 2 years together, and we're at a Spirit Box concert in the city, her favorite band. She's in her absolute element, screaming lyrics and headbanging without a care. I'm just watching her be completely free and happy and alive. During a slower song, she grabs my hand and pulls me close. I love you, you know that? Have to yell it over the music, which feels absurd. I love you too. No, like, I really fucking love you. You saved me when I was drowning after Mom died. You climbed through my window and saved yourself. I just had a couch and snacks. She laughs and kisses me right there in the middle of the chaotic crowd. After the concert, we're walking back to the car, and she stops suddenly on the sidewalk. Move in with me for real. Like, actually move in. Let's get a better place together. Build something permanent. I thought we already lived together? We share a lease? I mean, like, a real place. Not a temporary shitty apartment. Somewhere we can actually see a future in. Are you saying what I think you're saying right now? I'm saying I want forever with you. Window climbing and weird cat and all the chaos. We find a small house to rent on the edge of the city within a few months. It has an actual yard and a garage. Riley immediately converts into her private art studio. I set up an actual dedicated office for game development and occasional streaming. Griffith has an entire room full of cat trees and toys, and still acts like he's being oppressed. Life is genuinely good and stable for the first time in either of our lives. Riley's dad, Frank, comes over regularly to help us with house projects and maintenance. Look at you two, all domestic and settled down and shit. Don't get too used to it. I'm still a chaos gremlin at heart. We start hosting game nights, her artist friends, and my gamer friends mixing surprisingly well together. Everyone genuinely loves Riley because she's authentic and funny and unapologetically herself always. She still has really hard days where she misses her mom intensely and breaks down. But she lets me be there for her now, instead of hiding all the pain away. 3 years in, and my indie game finally releases on Steam after years of work. Riley promoted it hardcore on her social media and art accounts, got me tons of attention. It's not a massive commercial hit, but it's moderately successful and actually making real money. Reviews specifically praise the art direction and aesthetic, which is 100% Riley's work. We celebrate by finally taking that trip to Japan we've always talked about and dreamed of. Tokyo is completely overwhelming and amazing and everything we hoped it would be. We visit manga cafes, gaming arcades, spend entire days exploring Akihabara and buying too much merch. Riley literally cries at the Ghibli Museum, completely overcome with pure emotion. I can't believe we're actually here. Teenage Goth me would absolutely die seeing this. Teenage Goth, you would also die knowing you have a successful tattoo career now. And a boyfriend who actually understands every single one of my weird anime references. We spend several days in Kyoto, visiting ancient temples and modern art galleries. Riley sketches constantly, filling up multiple notebooks with inspiration for future pieces. Back home, and Riley gets offered a partnership position at Frank's tattoo shop. Frank is starting to semi-retire and wants her to eventually take over the whole business. This is absolutely huge, Riley. You're literally living your actual dream right now. I know, and it's terrifying. What if I completely fuck everything up? You won't fuck it up because you're insanely talented and work harder than literally anyone I know. She accepts the partnership offer and throws herself into the work completely. The shop starts getting serious recognition, gets featured in major tattoo magazines and websites. Riley does a massive back piece that goes viral on Instagram. Bookings absolutely explode overnight. I'm so incredibly proud I could burst, but I also barely see her anymore at all. She's working 12 to 14-hour days, constantly building her business empire. I understand completely and support her dreams, but I genuinely miss hanging out like we used to. 4 years together, and we're honestly in different places mentally and emotionally. Riley is hyper-focused on her rapidly growing career, constantly working and networking and grinding. I'm still working on games and streaming, but feeling increasingly stagnant and uninspired creatively. We have our first really serious fight about time management and priorities. You're literally never home anymore. I feel like I live with a ghost. I'm building something real here. I thought you of all people would understand this. I do understand, but I also really miss having an actual girlfriend instead of a roommate. She grabs her jacket and leaves to cool off. Doesn't come back at all that night. I'm sitting alone in our house at 3 a.m., wondering if we're actually falling apart now. She shows up the next morning by climbing through the bedroom window from outside, literally scaled up to the second floor just to maintain our original tradition. We really need to talk about everything. My stomach immediately drops because that phrase is never actually good news. I've been so obsessed and focused on work that I completely forgot why I'm doing any of this. I wanted to be successful and build something so we could have a genuinely good life together. But I've been actively sacrificing our actual current life for some hypothetical future one that might not even matter. I'm just listening and she's crying now. You're my absolute best friend, and I've been treating you like a convenient roommate who pays half the rent. I miss playing stupid games with you all night. I miss our window tradition. I miss us being us. Riley, I miss us too so fucking much, but I'm also incredibly proud of everything you've accomplished. I just want to actually be part of your life, not competing with your career for attention. I'm going to do better, I promise. I'm hiring another full artist to take significant workload off me. We're going to have real quality time together again, I swear on everything. We both desperately need this to work, so we fully commit to making real changes happen. Things genuinely get so much better after that difficult but necessary conversation. Riley sets firm boundaries at the shop, actually takes full days off without guilt. We establish mandatory game nights twice a week minimum. Absolutely no work talk allowed. Currently playing through Baldur's Gate 3 together and getting way too invested. She's romancing Karlach, obviously, while I predictably went for Shadowheart. Your taste in fictional women is so incredibly predictable, it's almost funny, says the person who immediately picked the literal fire girlfriend without hesitation. We're completely back to our old natural dynamic, that easy, comfortable friendship underlying everything romantic. She still makes a point of surprising me by coming through windows whenever physically possible. Scared the absolute shit out of my mom when she climbed through during a family dinner. That's just how she enters places, Mom. It's her signature thing. We've accepted it. My family thinks she's wonderfully weird, but in a genuinely endearing way. 5 years together, and Frank suddenly has a serious heart attack out of nowhere. Riley is absolutely devastated. Hospitals bringing back horrible trauma from losing her mom. I take emergency time off work to be with her constantly through everything. Frank pulls through after emergency surgery, but it's a massive wake-up call for everyone. Life's too goddamn short for any bullshit. That's literally the first thing he says when he wakes up in recovery. Riley ugly cries and hugs him as carefully as possible. Don't you ever fucking do that again, old man. No promises, kiddo, but I'll genuinely try my best. He recovers over several months, but decides to fully retire completely, leaving the entire shop to Riley. She's completely overwhelmed by the responsibility, but ready to handle it. I can do this. We can do this together. Hell yeah, we absolutely can. Riley successfully runs the shop for the next year, and it thrives under her leadership. I release my second indie game, another collaboration with her, on all the artwork. It does even better than the first one commercially. We're actually genuinely financially stable now. We can finally afford nice things, but still choose to live relatively simply overall. Most extra money goes into smart savings and experiences rather than pointless material stuff. We take another international trip together, this time to Scotland for the castles and Moody Highlands. Riley gets massively inspired and starts an entire new art series based on Celtic mythology. I'm actively working on a darker fantasy game with heavy aesthetic influence from her style. We're true partners in absolutely every sense, constantly supporting each other's creative endeavors. 6 years together, and we're at a Deftones concert, one of her all-time favorites. Riley's absolutely losing her entire mind during My Own Summer in the best way. This is her ultimate happy place, live music and controlled chaos and energy. After the show ends, we're sitting in the parking lot in my car, cooling down. I need to tell you something kind of important. Here we go again. My stomach always drops at that specific phrase. I don't want to get married, like ever. That's not my thing. Oh, okay. I genuinely wasn't expecting that particular statement. Okay, I wasn't really aware that was currently on the table. I just see literally everyone around us getting engaged and married, and I wanted you to clearly know where I stand. Marriage is just a piece of paper from the government. This is already forever for me regardless. I'm quiet for a moment, actually processing this. I'm completely cool with that, actually. We don't need external validation from the government or society. She looks visibly relieved at my response. You're not even a little disappointed by this? Riley, you literally climbed through my window 6 years ago and never really left since then. That's way more genuine commitment than most legal marriages I've personally seen. 7 years together, and I'm working late on a deadline in my office. Hear familiar tapping on the window, even though we have a perfectly functional door downstairs. Riley is outside on a ladder at 10 p.m. like a maniac. Open the window while laughing at the absurdity. You're absolutely ridiculous, you know that? Yeah, but you love it and wouldn't change it. She climbs in carrying takeout from our favorite Thai place. Figured you probably forgot to eat again like usual. She knows me way too well after all this time. We eat sitting, cross-legged on the floor of my office. Griffith judging us from his cat tree perch. Remember when you genuinely thought I was going to murder you that very first night? In my defense, a strange goth girl was aggressively tapping on my window at 2 a.m. Fair point, honestly, but look how incredibly well it all turned out. She's absolutely right, it turned out perfectly. That feeling when a goth girl randomly climbed through your window one night. That feeling when she kept coming back every single night without fail. That feeling when window visits turned into something real and permanent and beautiful. That feeling when you build an entire life with someone who entered it so chaotically. That feeling when you realize home isn't a place but a person who still climbs through windows just because. My face when the weird goth girl became my forever person and best friend. My face when I wouldn't change a single thing about our strange origin story. My face when love showed up at my window and I was smart enough to let it in.
Tap, 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 at my window again. 2 a.m., here we go. Playing Elden Ring, losing to millennia. Hear a knock, think I'm seeing things. The usual black hair, purple streaks, fishnets and fear. Let me in, there's a creep, I need to disappear. Against my better judgment, I opened up that night. She climbed right through, said she'd be alright. Talked about berserk and bloodborne till the sun. This goth girl at my window didn't know what she'd become. She keeps showing up in my window every single night, won't use the door, no. Building something real from broken glass and screens. The goth girl at my window living in my dreams. Yeah, she keeps showing up and I don't mind. This chaotic love is the permanent kind. Strangers to forever, what a way to go. The goth girl at my window, now she's home. Months went by, she never missed a day. Coffee shop girl with an art degree on the way. Her mom died sudden, I held her while she cried. Spirit away, playing while she's sleeping by my side. We moved in together, got a cat named Griffith. Built an empire, tattoos and pixels. What a gift, 7 years later, still climbs the fire escape. This beautiful chaos wouldn't change our fate. She keeps showing up in my window every single night, tradition you know. Built a life together from that random meet. The goth girl at my window made me complete. Yeah, she keeps showing up, I'm still amazed. This unconventional love, we found our way. From frightened girl to partner, watch us grow. The goth girl at my window, she's my home. No wedding rings, no legal ties, we don't care. We've got something deeper, something rare. From that shitty apartment to a house we own. From evangelion nights to making art alone. Frank had a heart attack, reminded us life's short through the hard times. She's my Ford. Still tapping on the window when she could use the door. That's my goth girl, couldn't ask for more. She still shows up at my window after 7 years, puts on a show. What started strange became everything. The goth girl at my window, hear the story sing. Yeah, she